L to the E, that's a double E, Lee. Hello.
Please, hello. How are you?
Now tell me, what's your vision for You Decide 2019?
Do you know what? I think even with the songs, we just wanted to make sure that the acts this year had more ownership over the production of it and how it sounds. And really the reason to do that is someone like Anissa, who's a singer-songwriter, she hasn't ever sung a song or performed a song that's not her own before. But within that, we were able to, she was able to work with a producer that she's worked with before and make the song her own. So from a demo, she was able to make it her own song. And we did that just because we wanted the acts to have more ownership over their songs. And I think the last 3 years, even though, I think it's a great format, 6 songs, 6 acts, it hasn't produced the results that we wanted. So, there has to be a change at that point of, okay, what can we do different? And, we're very much aware that Germany have tried this format before of doing different versions of songs with, Satellite 1. And then Perfect Life, not so good. So it's hits and misses. But, I think all we need is one good song to get a good result, and that's what we're hoping for this year.
And when you choose the singers to go with the song, I guess how does it work? Is it song first, singer second, or was it singer first, song second?
Songs first. So Greg has been working, our music consultant, has been working across Europe all summer, speaking to publishers, and we have obviously had the public submission and then the songwriting camps. So Greg has been working on the songs, and then once we got the songs, we sent them to an international jury, so that's people all across Europe, sort of music execs, people who work for Spotify in Scandinavia. They shortlisted our 10 songs to 3, and then from those 3 songs, that's when we started to look for the acts for the songs and started talking to people. So it wasn't, it's an organic process. I know that sounds a horrible word, but it started with a demo song and then meeting acts and saying, okay, if you were to take this song, what would you do with it? So it wasn't a, here's a song, let's make a rock version, let's make a country version. It was very much more find an act, go away with it, what can you do to it? And that's how we ended up, with Kerry Ann doing sort of a big old sort of Sigala type dance banger, and then Anissa doing her more stripped back sort of 90s R&B, because that is what sound that they are currently in the studio working with. So that's sort of where it came from. And it's been a difficult process. It's difficult to take a demo and then, as much as you want the acts to have creative control over it, you also need to make sure that, one, it's right for Eurovision. Is it catchy enough? Is it instant enough to work as 3 minutes? And, hopefully we've got 6 songs that, are good enough to prove that.
Organic, vegan, and plastic free.
Yeah.
Staging. We got to talk staging, which is not plastic free, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Do you think about the staging when you're choosing which demos to shortlist, or does that come much later?
No, not particularly. That comes much later. So once we got the 3 songs, it's so difficult to do that when you don't have an act and you don't know how it could be staged, especially when you don't know the sound of the song. So that's come much later. So obviously once we got our 3 acts, our 6 acts signed off and our 3 songs, then we had a creative meeting at the BBC with all the relevant parties to think, okay, how can we do this and how can we stage it? And obviously we can do much more of that once you've got a winning act for Eurovision, because obviously that it's a much bigger stage and we can be more creative on that. But no, that comes a lot later. But I've been to Eurovision loads of times. I'm a massive fan, so I know how important it is to get the staging right, and we want to go out there as contenders. We want to go out with a song that we think has got a chance of winning. We don't want to turn up and go, okay, we're going to be in the bottom 5 again, because that's not our attitude, and I would be really disappointed if we were. But all you can do is give it your best shot. And as you know, sometimes you get a song that works on radio and then you go out there, I've seen it myself at Eurovision, you go, oh, why is it staged like that? But we've got everything in place to hopefully make sure that doesn't happen.
And please address this myth. Sometimes fans say, oh, the UK doesn't want to win, the UK doesn't care. What would you say to people who say that?
Well, do you know what? I can't talk about previous years because I wasn't involved, but this year, genuinely, I'm a massive fan of Eurovision. As I said on my intro speech before, I've been to the last 20 contests. And I've been frustrated with our results over the last couple of years, but I don't think it's a lack of trying. I think it's just, we've got to be forward thinking. We can't be copying things that have gone previous. It's capturing imagination, and what can we do in 3 minutes that isn't going to look dated, that doesn't look like it's been done before. Like Netta, it feels like a completely fresh performance, and so does Salvador. It's something that we haven't really seen before, sort of that intimate, and he's a quirky performer. I think what you don't want to do is copy what's gone before. As we know, the same song never really wins Eurovision twice.
Well, what's also fresh is you, Lee. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nice to meet you.
More of you soon.
Absolutely. We're going to take a selfie.